Welcome to Know His Love Stories, where we listen to the voice of the Father through his children. Today's story comes to us from Michael. He's originally from Michigan. He attended Eastern Michigan University, where he double majored in economics and history. He's currently serving as a member of the diocesan missionary team in South Carolina, where they focus on giving retreat ministry in parishes and schools throughout the Diocese of Charleston. This is a Know His Love story.
Yeah, so growing up, I had a very, Wikipedia knowledge of Jesus and his church. I knew more than most people did my age. I'd get in arguments at school about Catholicism, and it's kind of funny. So one time, I was a senior in high school, and I was in this very long discussion with this Protestant girl, and she said to me, she said, "I don't think you have a personal relationship with Jesus." And I was kind of like, "Yeah, I do. I didn't." So I would actually say, most of my life, that relationship didn't really, I don't want to say start, because Jesus has always, I think, been working in my life. But yeah, I guess I didn't have that for most of my life. There were certainly glimpses growing up that I can now look back on. But yeah, and I think even now, I still do have those flashes of struggle and dryness and doubt. But I think before, it was, I saw Jesus as an idea. Something I bought into, kind of like how someone might buy into, I'm Republican or I'm a Democrat. I saw Jesus as more of an idea, rather than a personal God. Yeah, I think it was, so when I got to college, I came across my friend Tyler, who is a good friend to this day. And he really kind of took me under his wing, and in the sense of, I used to go to bed, and I would try to pray. I try to be kind of dutiful. I was a bit of a box checker with my faith, and I try to pray in bed before falling asleep. So either I'd fall asleep during prayer, or I'd just be desperately hoping to get my prayers done, get the Our Father and the Hail Mary and everything else done, the Catholic ABCs done, so I can just finally go to bed. And it was largely my friend Tyler who was pray for 20 minutes a day. Do that every day, and please don't do it in bed. Actually set aside legitimate and genuine time for Jesus. Yeah, so it really was through prayer that that relationship really started developing, which makes sense, because prayer is a relationship with God. So I wasn't really praying, so I didn't have that relationship with him. So I had this moment early in the year, because I think my relationship was, as it developed, was always closer to Jesus, the Son as opposed to the Father, and had this kind of image just probably half a year ago. I was in prayer, and there was kind of the dryness again. There was kind of I believe I'd screwed up something too, and it was kind of why. And the image that kind of came to me was of a father letting his child walk and fall, and if the child has capacity to think of it at the time, they might also very well just be "Why are you not helping me here? Why are you not why you're not holding my hand and guiding me through every single step and making sure I never fall?" And the father's answer is, from his perspective, from our perspective, it's really quite straightforward. We're strengthening you. We, in letting you fall, we are enabling you to walk. And that really helped how I saw the Father. And that, oh yeah, he lets us fall. He gives us the freedom to do what we want. He's given us free will, knowing that we're going to fall, but that we can always come back to Him, a little stronger, a little bit more ready than before. So this is something. In reflecting this question, I realized I think I need to align my heart more with God's, because I think Him and I have different answers here. So, so what I love it when it happens, like I love it when I go like to like a retreat or a conference or just something good happens in my life and I am just on that Jesus high. Just like, oh, this is amazing. Almost like really feeling like you're in love. And like not and feeling not dissimilar to that, like of like romantic love. But like, I love those moments. However, I think that God most likes to work with me when I am in humility, uh, when I screw up, when I realize I can't do this, because I think I'm someone whose first instinct is very often to like put it on my own shoulders, and then and often like God has to humble me before I could like really turn to Him. So it's often like in those times of humiliation or even desolation that I think God really works in me. A very recent one, actually. I was on a retreat, and we do like small groups in the retreat, and there was and these are this time it's with middle schoolers, and I was just reading the passage of Paul, like the thorn on the side, and I've heard some people speculate that that thorn in the side might be like a person that Paul has just a very hard time loving, and something similar was happening to me, and and so like just every small group is just a slog, because it's just like the kid keeps asking like, can we do something else? This is so boring. I don't want to do this anymore. And I get like to like 2/3 of the way through the retreat, we lead like kind of prayer stations, and I do some journaling during that, and I lead them through it, and I join them in it. And it was kind of that I realized like, oh, God is really calling me to grow in this. And I realized I'd gone into the retreat not centered in on prayer, not focusing on Him. I came in being like, I've done retreats many times before. Gonna just do this one again. Just another one, another check a box. Um, and yeah, so then I think like the last third of the retreat, like there was quite a bit more joy and quite a bit more like detachment in that for me. So I think there's a bit of a heart head disconnection, and maybe the opposite way of what people are used to. Whereas for me, a lot of the relationship with Jesus had to be built after I utilize my reason. Um, and so I've talked with students before, and I do have a couple in mind who they're not going to love God because they don't believe in Him, and they don't believe in Him because they've never been given any reason to. Um, so first I'd like to say like it's not stupid. There is very good reason to believe in God. And if the God we believe is real, then He did send His Son to die for us, and He resurrected for us. But then beyond that, you can't rely on your reason alone, and you need to throw yourself at God's feet. Let your reason enable your faith, and really open yourself up to God.
Thank you for listening to Michael's story. I would love to share your story as well. Please connect with us on social media or by clicking on the Join Us link at knowHis.love.